Hi, welcome to MooMooMath. Today we are going to look at Box and Whisker Plots. A box and Whisker Plot takes data and divides it into 4 parts. To divide this into 4 parts, we need 5 special numbers. Okay, what the 5 number summary is this. You've got the smallest value or the minimum, the largest value or the maximum, and that's just listing your data from smallest to largest so you can see the spread of the data from high to low. Then the other 3 numbers in the 5 number summary are the median, which is the number that falls in the very center of the data, the middle number, and then to find this lower quartile, you're taking the median or the middle number of the bottom half and the middle number of the top half. So now what you've got is 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts of, or not equal parts, they might be longer or shorter, but your data falls into 4 parts. That's what are called quartiles. So we call this smaller part the lowest quartile. And what we call right here, this is Q1, which is at the top of the first 25%. The median falls right here in the middle of the data, and it is at the 50% mark. That's 50% of the data falls below, and 50% of the data falls above the median. Then you've got the upper quartile. That sits at 75% of the data. So you've got 25, 25, and another 25. So that sits at the 75th percent of the data, and then the top 25% falls in this range, with this being the largest value. So you can see your data is divided into 4 parts, thus it's called quartiles. So let's look at an example and kind of interpret a box and whisker plot. So we can see that the median grade, and these are just test grades, is an 80. So when I list all my grades from high to low, the middle of the data falls at 80. My low score, the minimum score, is a 65, and my highest score is a 100. And what's nice about looking at your max and min, you can also find the range of data very quickly. 100 minus 65, so my range is 35 to find the spread of the data. Then I know that only 25% of my, or the first lowest 25% of my students grades fell between 65 and 70. The next 25% of the grades fell between a 70 and an 80. The next 25% of the grades fell between an 80 and a 90. And the top 25% of the grades fell between 90 and 100. So as a student, if I made an 85, I would know, well, I was in the 3rd quartile, in the 3rd group. I wasn't in the top group, but I was above the average, above the median in the class. So that's how you can use Box and Whiskers to kind of interpret data. Hope this video was helpful.